Zone 6, Santa Maria Cathedral. A group of priests have been tending the dying at the cathedral, even though their area is likely to be bombed again. The mutants swarming the area are insane. Be careful. So, there's going to be a lot of mutants in here, and I know that there is an area with a civilian and 2 mutants right here. And be careful, too, because they can come around the corner and get you really easily. So, there's also one over here that we missed, I think. Let's see, there we are. And I can see the mutants on the map looking like they're trying to come towards us. I believe there's... Oh, okay. Don't think there's anything over here. One of the civilians is gonna die. Right here, these blocks right here are actually in the shape of a cross. If you look at the maps, on Wolfenstein Wiki that I provided in the description, you can actually see that some of the walls make up shapes. Like in this case, the blocks in the middle make up the shape of a cross, or a lowercase t. Oh crap, I was wondering what that sound was, then a mutant caught up to us. Okay. Are there any... I don't think there are any civilians in this little area here. But there are some in here. There we go. Like I said, pay attention to your radar to know where the civilians are, and just kind of navigate around the walls to be able to find where they are. Just following where they are on the radar may lead you to the civilians. Ooh, almost took a hit there. I'm not sure what Santa Maria is, though. It sounds like it would be a city in Brazil, because... Or, I don't know, like, just there's other cities that have the word Santa in their name, like Santa Fe. I'll put on screen if there was a place in the world called Santa Maria. Oh, we need to get, around this wall stat. There's one. And I can see a mutant on the radar as well. Don't get close to... There you are. Saved you. And I don't know if you heard it, but there was a buzz. That was the dryer going off. My clothes are finished. Yes, I do my own laundry. I might live in some adult's basement, but I do my own laundry. Let's see. Pick you up. Pick you up. We're picking up the chicks and the dudes. Man, we are such a badass. We're just a magnet for everybody. But, oh crap, I think we missed one in here. Yep, there you are. First time since level 1 that we got every civilian, without them dying. Without any of them dying, I mean. There you are. Zone 7, Pax Humana Commune. This commune of peace demonstrations is about to be toasted by the NMC, the National Munitions Corporation. Pax Humana has been a thorn in their side for many years, but the thorn is about to be removed by nuclear means. Okay, let's start by going this way. I don't think you get any points for killing the enemies, though, because all of the score you get is it's basically you being paid by the CEO of UFC. Or not UFC, UFA, excuse me. Yeah, this ain't no fighting league. But yeah, that's where it's where all the score is coming from. So naturally, you wouldn't get any points by actually killing the enemies. It'd be cool if that you got bonus points for killing the enemies in as in the area, as in like, hey, that's one less nuisance to worry about in this world. Ooh, nice shot. Okay, I think we gotta get over here because there's like 5 of them over here, and I feel like oh! Okay. Ow. That wasn't smart. Yeah, you want to be careful when turning corners. See, one of them died. Or 2 of them died. Oh, there's 6 in here. Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah, I'm just gonna let you know, you're not going to be able to get all of the civilians in this game. If you can do it, feel free to post a Reddit video response, but there have been so many times in this game where a civilian dies within like 5 seconds of entering the map, or entering the level, which is why I don't think it's actually possible to be able to get all of the civilians in this game, at least under legitimate means. So, letting you know, I'm not going to be rescuing all the civilians as much as I want to. Was every single civilian in this level a dude? I don't know. But, you can tell he's boiling a bit on the inside because 4 of them died, but like I said, I think he only looks mad if half of the civilians die, which didn't happen here. Zone 8, sewers below New Trenton. This city's sewers hold the survivors of the last nuclear attack. Unlucky for them, the last one wasn't the last one. Okay, let's see here. Oh, I almost ran right into that. There's a mutant there, and I believe there's going to be 2 more in here. And there's also a civilian. Pick you up. Ooh. Yeah, just a reminder, by charging it up, your shot will penetrate through all enemies until it hits a wall. So, bear that in mind. It also makes a sound when your tank hits a wall, if you're wondering what that sound you keep hearing is. If you hear a sound that sounds like something being blown up, like a that is a Hovertank, enemy Hovertank firing at you, but it hits a wall. Sometimes they target you and fire even when you're very clearly behind a wall. I would say stop wasting your ammo, but we also have infinite ammo, so it's possible that they do as well. I can see a lot of I can see a lot of mutants on the radar. I was about to say mini-map, talking like it's Minecraft Zero's mini-map, but like Owen said, with Rugrats Royal Ransom, it's interchangeable. Oh yeah, sometimes when the dots are on top of each other, they tend to flicker as well, meaning sometimes they can kind of camouflage a little bit by being on top of each other. I guess maybe it's jamming the radar sensors or something. I don't know. I'm just spitballing potential explanations for things that are not important and don't even really make that much sense. Oh yeah. Honestly, if losing all the civilians doesn't make you lose the level, or not necessarily, if losing all of your tank power doesn't make you lose the level, running out of time while trying to search for the gate probably will. What kind of gate is this even supposed to be? I guess I know it's a teleporter, but it just looks kind of odd. Actually, with the way the top is spinning, it kind of looks like the teleporters from Team Fortress 2. This really was part of the roots of Team Fortress 2. Zone 9, Old UFA Headquarters. Some operatives remain at the old headquarters after the move, and those looking for us have finally located the old base. You'll have to work fast. Before we start this level, I want to let you know that the map for this level on Wolfenstein Wiki is actually wrong. The place where like, on those maps, the P generally indicates where you start, you know, P for player. But where the P is on the map on the wiki is not where you actually start in the game, so just letting you know. You know, speaking of that, I'm kind of wondering if this was actually the original version of the game, because, the title screen says 1991 to 1993. I'm not sure what that means, or if this game was, like, republished or something, but whatever. By the way, if you ever see these things, that will be a free repair for your tank. So, and also it does make a sound. It just didn't for some reason because there were so many other sound effects playing. Yeah, those blue spinning things will repair your tank. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of tanks in here. So we likely will end up probably losing here. I think there's a hostage here. Where are you? Okay, ooh, there's another tank repair here. Makes the same sound as when the UFA guy repairs your tank. Keep in mind, you can also pick those up even if your tank is at full health, so make sure you don't, so you don't waste them. Although, and I think they appear as blue dots on the radar as well, So yeah, civilians are white dots, tank repairs are blue dots, mutants are red dots, drones are green dots, enemy hover tanks are purple dots. Even though they're not purple, but I guess red was already taken for the mutants, which are a lot more red, and also you don't want to use white for two things. But then again, they are using blue for the tank repairs, and the tank repairs, and you know how I feel about blue being too similar of a color to purple or yellow being too similar of a color to green. Just don't like it. Okay, a little bit nervous going through here. Oh crap, I got hit by... Oh wait, oh no, I didn't. I think an enemy hover tank actually killed a mutant. Yeah, just like in the Catacomb games, like how the dragons can kill the smaller enemies. I think the enemy hover tanks in this actually can kill other enemies as well. Whoa. Okay. Doing okay so far, I hope. I have the strangest feeling that I missed a civilian somewhere. Whoa! That was a lot of tanks coming our way. Whoop. I totally almost fired at that civilian. Good thing I didn't. Okay, grab you. Okay, we're good. I think the warp appears to the left if we go that way, so let's go this way. Whoa. Okay. Okay, and I think there might be a few civilians in this area. Yeah, there we are. I feel like the locations of the civilians are wrong on the maps as well, but you can see them on the radar. So, like I said, just pay attention to the map, and if you see a civilian on the radar, just go into the direction of where the civilian is, and you will probably find them eventually. Let's keep going this way. And I think, is that blue or purple? Yeah, it's blue. So there's a tank repair. If you don't want to spend 10,000 to have your tank repaired. And there's the last civilian. And the gate is over, I think this way? Wait. Hold on. Uh-oh. I really hope I don't run out of time looking for the gate, because I think I've had that happen before in this. Oh, God. Oh, was it in the wrong location on the map as well? 'Cause this is just going to be embarrassing. Crap, this is... Yeah, we're gonna run out of time because I don't know where the gate is. Because for some reason, whoever... Wait, I see it. For some reason, whoever made the Hovertank maps for Wolfenstein Wiki really did not do a very good job, to say the least. Zone 10, Breaker's Mountain. A dangerous horde of mutants that are holding humans prisoner inside the mountain. Rescue them before the area is sanitized. Is this the same mountain we were in the Apple II version of Catacomb? Whoa, this screen flickered there for a second, kind of like it does in Commander Keen. So, I believe there's going to be 3 survivors that are not in the actual mountain caves itself. So, yeah, except it doesn't really look like, oh crap. Doesn't really look like mountain caves because of the graphical limitations. Again, would love to see a remake of a Hovertank where all of the levels actually look like what they're described as. Oh, wait a minute. No, there aren't survivors outside. I think those 3 areas are tank repairs. So, yeah, if you would... So, yeah, that's what happens if you die, and I died very unexpectedly there because I think 2 mutants were there and they both were on top of me and both hit me at the same time, and yeah. This game needs invincibility frames, or at the very least, not be 3-hit wonder. I guess it's not 1-hit wonder, so that puts it a step of Commander Keen and Dangerous Dave. But, anyways, I'm gonna show that, start at what level? 1 to 10? Let's start at 10, I guess. I'm not gonna continue from here. As you can see, our score resets to 0 as well. I'm only jumping back into the level because, I'm gonna switch to DOSBox X to be able to save state, but DOSBox X, to save state without going to the menu, you have to press F11, press S to be able to save state. But the problem is, I think this is a debug thing, but in Hovertank, if you press F11, this is what happens. Yeah, it damages your tank. And when your tank gets full damage, it produces an explosion just as big as the explosion for the nuke that is heading toward this area here. Anyways, I'm going to switch to DOSBox X. Oh, but before we do, I wanted to show that even though it showed us being able to start from level 1 to 10, I think if you loaded up the game for the first time, you would only be able to start at level 1. But this isn't one of those games where you can just continue where you left off, because if you quit the game and then try to start again, I thought it only allowed you to start from level 5. What is it with these DOS games and just making a liar out of me? Okay, guess I was wrong. You know what, just for kicks, let's have a look at the DOSBox X and give a little show around of it. Also, here are the map image files, which I'm actually going to have on the side here while I am looking, well, while I'm playing the game, just so it's convenient. So here is my folder for Hovertank 3D. Doc Shell is the thing that says, hey, do this to play Hovertank, and Hover.exe is the game itself. I think I want to do start.bat, so I'm going to do that instead. I feel like if I put the DOSBox simulator in here, I'd be able to start it by just clicking it, but whatever. What you want to do is drag the exe or BAT file onto the DOSBox execution file or the shortcut on your desktop, and in this case I'm going to do it on DOSBox X. I showed this off in Dangerous Dave 1. This is actually a cursor right here that's invert color, which is kind of cool looking. And I want to talk about the resolution a little bit. If I maximize the window, it's a little bit stretched out. So if you want, you can, to have the aspect ratio of the original game, you can do original ratio. And then to actually have it in full screen or maximum, do fit to aspect ratio. And there you go. That should fix it. And you can toggle full screen with F11 plus F. But before we start, I'm going to go to level 1. And I'm actually going to start from level 1 again, just so I can go for a huge score at the end of the game. So how save stating works in DOSBox X is you go to Capture, Save State, or F11 plus S. You can avoid taking damage by pressing F11 if you just pause in this game. Please enter a mark for the state. Optional 30 characters maximum. And there you go, now your state is saved. And if you go to load state, it says memory size mismatch. Load the state anyway. And it doesn't really do anything though. If you want, you can go to capture, go to save load options, do no remark when saving state, and no warning when loading state. So, yeah, I'm going to recommend you do that. Anyways, I'll meet you guys back at level 10. I'll show this before we go to full screen land. I'm going to have the game maps on the side right here instead of on my phone because it's a little hard to be constantly looking back and forth between my phone and the computer screen, so having the map right here is just a lot more convenient. And by doing that, I can also kind of picture where I am on the map based on what I'm seeing in the actual game. Okay, ooh. Alright, so I kind of analyzed the behavior of the... I kind of analyzed the behavior of the enemies before starting the level again. I think the mutants tend to kind of go straight for you, whereas the drones, or the squids apparently, as they actually were called in Catacombs wiki, they tend to kind of like strafe to the side a little bit and not really go directly for you. So kind of a odd behavior that oh man, that guy was almost between the bullet and the target. So yeah, but I think the enemy hover tanks probably have the best AI out of them all. There we go. I think we're in the upper right corner of the mountain cave, which, again, like I said, the thing I would love most about a Hovertank 3D remake would be just seeing the environment improve and having, instead of it just being blocks and walls of solid colors, that it could be what it actually looks like. Yeah, I mean, not what it's, but the environment could look like what it describes itself as. Like, for instance, Catacomb 3D and Wolfenstein 3D also, all of the walls are basically just blocks, so to speak. But they're all textured to look like, you know, kind of what you're supposed to be in, I guess. Oh, actually, hold on. There's two separate parts of the caves, so we want to go back outside and go to the other side. We're running along the bottom of the map, and if we go in here, there are 3 repair drones, or whatever these are, repair units, if you happen to take damage. Just be real careful. Now, let's go in here. Oh. And there's I always love it when there's a bunch of them all on top of each other, and you just could just annihilate all of them with a big charge shot. Keep in mind, though, I've actually had times, especially in the later levels, where there being so many enemies that it was actually causing the game to really slow down. And And it's mainly caused, it's mainly caused by there being a lot of enemies on the outside that I'm not going after because, well, they're all enemy hover tanks, and they will, and with so many of them there, it's pretty much a one-hit kill. But to be fair, I guess I kill them in 1 hit, they kill me in 3 hits, so it's a little bit fairer in that regard. But regardless, it still causes a lot of lag, as I found from one of my previous playthroughs. And I'm going to try to make sure that doesn't happen when we get to those levels. Unfortunately, killing the enemies is pointless because it doesn't get you any points, but it can stop the lag, and it can stop them from potentially getting you if they happen to catch you.